Just
There is never one
no,
way.
because if you look at it as only one way, then you're limiting yourself and you're limiting your art.
Of
So there's
course.
so many ways to do it. But I love what you said before too about wanting to be seen and the misery that comes from that. I think that's just what a lot of people in general feel, whether they're creative people or not. That's where all the breakdowns in relationships happen because you're not seen. You don't feel understood. You want to be acknowledged. And a lot of us have these thoughts or these feelings or these ideas we want to express, and we're stifled because we're not expressing them. And even if we try, people won't listen because we don't feel seen or understood. I think that's at the end of the day what we all want. Creative people, though, we just have to do it. It's not like we want it, we have to. It's not like I want to tell a story. It has to be told. The story is making me write her. She's making me say it.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, misery, there's so much misery out there. There's so much negativity because people are not living with joy. They're so bogged down with like limits and pressure and timelines. If they just let it go, give themselves a chance to find that one thing that gets them going, whatever it is, no matter, but that's the thing, the fear, people might think it's silly. Um, like whatever. My friend, she started playing guitar and she was terrified to say anything. And then she kind of told me, so she has to record herself practicing so she could play it back and listen to herself. And she's like, well, Natalie, listen, how about, I go, that's amazing. That's awesome. Like you're doing something and you're doing it for yourself, but you're expressing yourself and you're never going to be a world famous guitarist, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. You're doing it. You're expressing that thing you want to do. And there's joy in that. And I think that's where a lot of people would be a lot more happier. Relationships would be a lot stronger if people had that chance or took that chance, gave themselves that chance to embrace that thing that makes them excited, whatever that may be, within reason, of course, keep it legal, but just do it. And I think there has been a shift though, lately, where
Hmm.
or there's a collective shift in an energy that people seem to understand that we need a lot more of that. We need a lot more of joy, a lot more kindness. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that will help,
Hmm.
whether you're creative or not.
Yeah. And I think the more that we step into this, um, and it takes so much courage, and I will never like discredit that. It takes so much courage to express yourself. And as creatives, we kind of started off this conversation of just how deeply we feel and how we're such curious beings. We're so like inquisitive, we're so like,
Yeah,
yeah, we're just deep feelers, right? And so there's a vulnerability in being able to just express all of that, and yet at the same time, when it does require some of us to just like go first and have that courage and go first, and then the ripple effect that you may not necessarily see is that everybody else, there's something that's being lit up inside of other people because you are embracing that part of you, because you are expressing yourself. There is naturally going to be this ripple effect wherever you kind of touch, all the different environments that you're part of, your home life, your people that you meet at work, all these different areas. It does have a ripple effect. And that's kind of like, I guess, another layer of service that comes from our work. It's not necessarily just the words that we write, but just the act of doing it, the act of being expressed, being like just allowing ourselves to be in our essence is so deeply cathartic and healing for other people too.
yeah,
It's like it serves us and then it serves other people. And I think the more that we can tap into this, because again, it all comes back to service and it comes back to love.
that's it.
When you're in this space and you're feeling this state and you're in this energy of it, there is no fear.
That's right. Or
Fear can't come in
yeah.
when you're so tapped into
Or
love.
even if the fear comes in, it can't win because the love and
It's
wanting to
yeah.
serve is just too strong. It's too powerful because love is also a powerful energy, just like fear is.
Yeah.
So it depends what you feed or what you give into.
A favor, if this episode resonated with you, Do me a favor, if this clip resonated with you, catch the full episode on Spotify or YouTube, or if you prefer to listen, then head over to Apple Podcasts.